Welcome to the auditorium. Sometimes we have kind of formal occasions, and that's today, so I'm going to ask you to kind of sit up straight. Put on your serious self. We're here to celebrate, but not the same way that we celebrate like at a football game. We're here to celebrate in an honor roll assembly. So this is kind of a time where you show honor, and so your feet are going to stay on the floor, and your hands are going to stay to yourself, and you're going to really try to absorb some things that help you be your best self, and also celebrate people who have met some specific criteria that we have for honor around report card time. So to start off, I have a quote for you. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. This is Vince Lombardi. A 7th grade student chose this quote in one of his classes to write about how it has impacted his life. And he liked it because it's kind of a joke, like it's in front of the dictionary, it's kind of a joke, haha, because success is before work in the dictionary, but success doesn't come before work. Work comes before success. In order to be successful, usually we have to work kind of hard. So I pulled a couple things from this student's essay because I liked what he wrote, and it really tied into the growth mindset. First of all, he says, to have success in anything, you have to put in the work. You have to do something about what you want. You can't just wait for things to come to your reach and to just magically appear. And then he talks a little bit about, sometimes people think they can get lucky, and there are some times when people get lucky, but most of the time it comes from hard work. And he applies it to business. If you were owning your own business, how you'd have to work hard and kind of start at the bottom and earn your way towards the top. And he says you have to put in the effort to learn and to use the best possible strategy to progress faster. I really love that part because that is what growth mindset says. It's not just about working hard, it's about working efficiently with the best strategy. And who do you think can help you with those strategies? Raise your hand if you have an idea. Who do you think could help you with some strategies to help you find that success? Ava? Your parents, definitely. Addison? Your principal, definitely. Eric?
Your teacher.
Your teachers, definitely. And there might be some other people in your life. You might have a mentor, you might have somebody from the buddy program who you work with, you might have a neighbor or your friend's parents. There's a lot of people who can help support you with those strategies. So reach out to them. And then he talks about his own personal life. I think I would say that this quote applies to my daily life because I need to do my best and put in my full effort in homework, assignments, and quizzes or tests. If I want to get a 4, I have to earn it and not just wait, play games, and waste my time. I really like this quote. It's a short but really true and relatable quote that has a small joke. So I think we should have applause for that 7th grade student who's already thinking really deeply. So I put a picture up here of a high school student who is currently at DeSalt High School, and we're talking a little bit about college and career readiness because these grades, these habits of a scholar, are things that we're trying to help you develop so that you can have success in college and career and in your life. And that includes these 3 main components. These are what colleges are looking for, and it's what employers are looking for. What's an employer? Is that Caitlin? Yeah, what's an employer? Right, the person who gives you your job or thinks you're fit for the job. Is that what you said? Okay, so these are the things that people are looking for. Number 1, that you have interests and passions, that you care deeply about something and that you're working hard to achieve it. And I like this picture of Wyatt because his family owns a glass blowing studio, and they just poured hot molten glass into that mold. That mold is from like an old-fashioned stove, and they're trying to make this flower to put on a vase. And he has this bar in his hand with gloves because it's very, very hot, like really hot. I can't remember how hot they said it was, but really hot. And then he's rolling on that hot molten glass to get all of the glass into the mold. And that's something that he's gotten to pursue with a passion because it's part of what his family does, but also a lot of different things. Whatever you decide you want to do, you have to seek out ways to get to do those things that you care a lot about. And that's what employers and colleges are looking for. Did you really reach out and try to do something that you found interesting, and can you talk about those things that you care about? The next one is contributing to others. Have you found a way to give back, to do something that helps other people? And you're going to hear a little bit about that today from these two friends on stage. Brittany Gosha and Elise Shaw are high school students graduating this year. They were both in my 5th grade class when I was a 5th grade teacher, so I'm very proud of them. And they have a project that they're going to share with you about their capstone. And it's an example of how people contribute. Another example, you may see, we had some students from Miss Bright's Flex class who set up a game thing that was happening in the gym a few weeks ago. How many of you played those games and brought money for CARE, which is a animal shelter? Okay, we had some kids who did that. So those students were trying to organize something to contribute to the animal shelter, to help others. And I hope you look for some ways to help. Specifically at our school, right now we have some composting and recycling projects getting started. We have, I know Miss Snyder's crew class was brainstorming ways to help the courtyard stay clean. That's a way to contribute, so keep up the hard work. And then finally, get involved. Sports, clubs. At our school, we have Lego Robotics Club. We have some students in 6th grade who actually started their own drawing club, and that was something I was really proud of. So that's something that you would be able to put on your resume later. And then activities, things like the Family Science Night that's coming up on November 30th, and helping out with yearbook, which for the first year, all of our applicants are 5th and 6th graders, so you guys are going to be creating the yearbook too. So those are some options for ways to get yourself prepared. So when you get to high school, in order to graduate, you have to do a capstone project. And this is a way for you to say, like, I'm ready to pass on to the next level. It's called like a rite of passage. And they ask you to choose something related to your interests that contributes to the community. And I'm going to pass you on to our high school students now to talk about their capstone, or about Elise's capstone project, which is on charity water.
Hi guys, so I'm Elise Shaw, and this is Brittany Gosha. She's helping me out today. I am doing my capstone project on Charity Water, which is an organization that raises money for the clean water crisis, which is basically dirty water in poor countries. I have a little video that kind of sums it up, and I will talk more about that after the video, but this video just kind of gets the gist of what's happening around the world.
So I have to go upstairs to turn on the video.
Okay.
I didn't realize. So I'm just going to have her talk about the plan while I get that started.
Okay, so for my capstone, I have decided to do a penny wars to raise some money. I'm sure you guys have all done penny wars sometime, but we are going to be doing it next week for Charity Water. So that starts on Monday, and the last day will be Friday. So I will explain penny wars, but each grade level will have a jar in the office, and put your pennies in there, and you will get positive points. And the grade level that gets the most positive points at the end will get an ice cream party in their crew class. Here's the video. So a capstone project is like a project you have to do as a senior, and it's just about your interests, and it really gets you like involved with the community, and you have to find someone from the community that knows like more about your subject than you do to really help you like elaborate on your project, and you have to present it to someone, and it's a really great way to just like really get into to really elaborate on like your interests. So as she said, you choose your capstone project on what you're interested in, and I chose Charity Water because I have done a lot of traveling around the world, and I have seen the direct impacts on dirty water. And also, when I was younger, I had a family friend that adopted 2 little girls from Ethiopia, and they had some lifelong diseases that they would have to live with because of the dirty water that they had drinking. So I chose Charity Water because I really like their message that they send out and what they stand for. There are a lot of organizations that do fundraising and stuff for the clean water crisis, but Charity Water I really like and chose because they donate 100% of the money that we raise directly towards building wells, and they will also send us a picture of what wells we have been able to build with the money that we've raised. So penny wars, kind of how it works. To gain points for your grade, put your pennies into jars, and the jars will be in the office. And for every penny you put in, you will get 1 positive point. So if you were to put 20 pennies into the jar, you would get 20 points. Each silver coin or dollar bill will get negative points. So if you put in like a nickel to a jar, that jar would lose 5 points. So you want to put your silver coins and your dollar bills into other grades jars to make them lose points, and put your pennies into your grades jar. So it will be going next week from Monday to Friday, and we will count the money at the end of the day on Friday and announce the winner on Monday. And the grade that has the most positive points will get an ice cream party in your current class. Do you guys have any questions? So the grade that gains the most positive points will have an ice cream party, but the ice cream party will take place in your crew class, so the whole grade. Yeah. So it'll definitely take a lot of points away from that grade, so it'll just be negative. Yeah. So he's saying the competition won't be fair. But we're still going to raise money, so that's the whole point of this, is to raise money and help these other people in need. And so put your pennies in your jar.
Let's give Elise a round of applause for what she's trying to do for us. So I want you to think in your head right now, how much do you think with pennies and whatever other coins and things you bring, how much money do you think we'll be able to raise for the charity water organization? Just think it in your head, and then we'll be sharing that throughout next week and by Friday about how much we were able to raise. So one more reminder before we jump into our certificates. Find your interests and passions. Think right now about some of the things you really love to do and how you can tie that into your college choices or your career. How are you going to contribute to others, and what are you going to do to get involved? So, finally, we are going to celebrate our students who have met our criteria for Honor Roll and Longhorn Pride. Longhorn Pride is for students who have earned all 3s and 4s on their Habits of a Scholar and 2s, 3s, and 4s in their academics. So that shows that they've worked really hard on trying to develop those character skills that help us be successful, and that they are on target or moving towards proficiency with all of their academics. The second one is for Honor Roll, where they have all 3s and 4s on both academics and Habits of a Scholar. And sometimes people have to work really hard to meet these criteria, and other times they don't have to work as hard. So think about how you can be challenging yourself to your highest possible level and what personal goals you have for yourself. So the way we're going to do this time is I'm going to ask all of the 5th grade teachers to start with to come up, and you can go up the stairs, and I'm going to have one person in the wings to help kids know where to go, and I'm going to have a person shaking hands here, a person shaking hands there, and another person helping people off stage. And there's one more, so you can decide if you're shaking hands or helping people. If you guys could come up, and then we will start honoring our students.